Welcome back to Juniper Pact, the sacred ground of suffering. We're arguing about Democrats and Republicans and who's closer to God. We're arguing about Protestants and Catholics, evangelicals and progressives. We're arguing about Jews and Muslims. We're arguing about who's woke. And what does that even mean? We are called to put on the mind of Christ. We're called to bring the kingdom of God. What are we doing? We are afraid, deeply afraid. We wouldn't be acting like this if it were otherwise. And why are we afraid? We're seeing the holes in the things we're supposed to believe in. We're seeing the holes in things that used to support us. And I believe we're seeing the holes in the way the public square teaches us to follow Christ. It is faulty. It either leads us to be self-righteous and afraid, or it fills us with guilt. And fear and guilt both lend themselves to the ugliness and divisiveness we are experiencing now. If we think following Christ, following God, is about making someone else believe what we believe, going to church on Sundays, being pro-life, telling gay people to be chaste, and giving money to the church while memorizing Bible verses, then we're going to be afraid because, well, look around, that's not working, right? And if we see all the discord, all the suffering, all the mess in the world, and we think we should be doing something, but what? And we look to the Bible and we see Jesus telling the rich young man, "Go, sell everything you have and come and follow me." But we have kids to feed and bills to pay, and all we hope for is to have some time at the end of the day to read to our kids before we fall off in some exhausted sleep. This all leaves us with the sense that we can't be what Jesus really wants. So yes, it's easy to get caught up in the turmoil, to yell, point, blame, and just be afraid. We are missing something very important. And we can see it by taking a moment to join Jesus in the valley, where he's surrounded by thousands of hungry people. His disciples are the politicians, getting aggravated, moving through the crowd, wanting Jesus to send the people away so they can eat and just go. And Jesus says, "Feed them yourselves." Can you imagine the response? Might it be similar to how we're feeling now in our country? He said, what? He wants us to feed them? How the hell? We don't have that kind of money. Is he being real? What are we supposed to do? And a boy is tugging on Peter's sleeve and offering this tiny thing. And Peter, he knows it's stupid. He sees the reality of it. But Peter, he's willing maybe to let God be God. He's willing, even if just enough to look over at Jesus and say, as he rolls his eyes, just in case Jesus is going to succumb to the reality of it too. Hey, Jesus, there's a kid here with this tiny lunch, but what's that in the face of all this need? And we know what happened, right? But do we really know? I don't think so, because we're not applying that in our own lives. But we don't know it, do we? We don't know it because we're making no move to apply it. What can one person do? After all, I can't fix world hunger. I can't fix all this discord. I don't have time to give to the soup kitchen. I really don't. I can't tithe. My family needs the money. And so we do nothing. We think we can do nothing. And to cover our guilt, to drown out that nagging we hear within, we go back to arguing and pointing and blaming someone else. What's that nagging really saying, however? It's not at the soup kitchen. It's not in the tithing. It's not in the amount of money given. It's in you. Do we not realize the power that resides within each of us? The power to lift another with our words. The power to forgive. The power to be patient, compassionate, merciful. We know that power. Your day is going downhill, and then you run into the grocery, and someone at the door smiles, lets you walk on by, and wishes you a good day. And it lifts you. It fills you with peace. It renews you. We're criticized. We fail over and over. We're so down. And then someone strong comes along and shares how he too failed. And he encourages us, makes us laugh, and gives us some advice that changes us, lifts us, renews us. Now take that and multiply it. This is the lunch Jesus will use. It's us, within us. But we won't give Jesus this. We're too depressed, down, angry, wounded. No, we think we have the right to be divisive, mean, selfish, arrogant, and cynical. We don't want to do the work necessary to lift that depression, tend to that anger, find out what we're so afraid of. That kind of work is too hard. So we just cross our arms and refuse. We throw up our arms like Jesus' apostles did in that valley. But that little boy stepped forward. He offered a tiny thing. Do you see? This is how the kingdom of God comes. You working on you, me working on me, us offering ourselves to Jesus to do the work he really wants to do. Make us whole, holy. So we're not mean, so we don't lie, so we don't cheer when someone else is ridiculed, so we don't remain small people. Jesus is right here with the grace for us to be big. We can all do good things every now and then. I can write well. He can fix cars, repair things that are broken. She can raise money well. He can design things. She can code well. And we can do these things once in a while for someone else. And yes, some good will be done. But that bit of good is nothing. And I promise you this, it is nothing compared to the good that can be done as we are caught up in working with God on ourselves, growing in wisdom, growing in our ability to love, routing out the fear that makes us withdraw or lash out at someone else. Where's your lunch? Are you becoming the person God created you to be? Are you mindful of the words that come out of your mouth? Are your actions reflective of the person you're supposed to be? Do you realize the power, the joy, the peace that comes from participating with God in working on you, and then seeing that you let loose in the world? That's how the kingdom of God comes. This is how you bring the kingdom of God, by giving yourself to Jesus Christ, by opening yourself to the growing necessary to becoming whole, holy. This is how you prepare your lunch. When you're growing as a person, the impact you make in your corner of the world is powerful. And Jesus will take that lunch and multiply it. Our verse for today. Do not conform yourselves to this age, but be transformed by the renewal of your mind, so that you may judge what is God's will, what is good and pleasing and perfect. Romans 12, verse 2. And a question for your journal. How are you inviting and allowing God to renew your mind, to grow you on a daily basis? I'll see you next time.